Hi, I'm Dawn Lambert, and I wanted to welcome you to my little explanation of EXP Realty. I'm calling it the Model Explained, and I'm excited to share it with you and want to help you grow your business. Generally, we want to help you and help you own your career. I feel that I'd be remiss not to share it with you. So let's get started. EXP is an agent-centric company. Glenn Sanford, the founder, has really turned the EXP model on its head. So traditional brick and mortar offices are gone by the wayside, and the overhead and franchise fees and um, different centers, distribution centers, are gone by the wayside too. So we put the agent on top of the heap, and this is your business. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen with you, and let's see, share my screen and go over some information with you here. Okay. All right, bear with me just a moment. Here we go. Share. Okay. All right, the EXP opportunity. So, as I said, EXP is an agent-centric company, and you may have friends at other brokerages, and might not even be considering changing brokerages at this time. But why agents would even consider switching brokerages or taking a look at something else? Those could be reasons like lack of training, leadership, commission splits, which is very important, the culture, and so forth. But really, the best reason to switch brokerages would be opportunity. And, as an entrepreneur, you may or may not recognize that you are an entrepreneur, but they recognize opportunities as they come along. And entrepreneurs usually have 5 streams of income traditionally. And Glenn Sanford smartly set up the model of EXP that you do have 5 streams of income. So let's look at those opportunities and compare the cloud-based online disruption of other types of businesses. So you probably all remember the Blockbuster model, if you're old enough to remember that, DVD rentals. The valuation of Blockbuster was at $6 billion, and Netflix approached them about buying the company and going to an online model, and Blockbuster rejected that. And we all know what happened, right? And today, Netflix's valuation is at 125 billion. Similarly, with taxi, yellow cabs, that has gone to an online ordering. And you've got the Uber model, which is valued after just a few short years at 105 billion. And Hilton Hotels, which is a 100-year-old company, is currently today only valued at 11 billion. And just 13 years old is Airbnb. And the Airbnb industry company is 13 years old and valued at 65 billion today. The cloud-based online model for real estate has examples here on the left of you've got the brokerages that are both franchises, and I should have even added little boutique brokerages here on the left, because they're all corporate owned companies, or they may have distribution centers, and you've got levels of management in between. But EXP is the online model and offers you retirement and an exit strategy. Whereas with the traditional models, you're not going to have a retirement or exit strategy if you decide to leave or retire. Explosive growth. EXP Realty is the fastest growing brokerage model in the US and is now the largest number of transactions, #1 transactions by sides. And we've got United States, Canada, opportunity for international growth. So EXP is now in over 25 countries and growing fast. So that gives you added opportunities for referrals. You've got international people coming into your area. You may know people in other countries or other states. And again, that's an opportunity for you to expand and get referral income as well. The agent-owned structure. I'm going to go over that in a little bit of detail. So you've got the traditional brokerage model where, a lot of people say, if you heard anything about EXP, I've heard people say, "Oh, EXP, is that a pyramid scheme?" And, the answer is no, it's actually quite the opposite. Because if you look at traditional brokerage models, it's more like a pyramid because you've got the company at the top here, corporation, and most of the models have it divided into regions. And then you might have franchise owners there in the middle. And then you would have managing brokers and distribution centers. And all of that cuts in the revenue and the profit of the sales. And whatever's left trickles down to you as the agent, right? So what Glenn Sanford has done is after thinking about that and coming up with his plan, we have put the agent at the top. You are the owner of your own business. Agent owner is at the top. The destructive technology is that everything is online. It's very user friendly and very simple. Online, we use Verbella, which is meetings and training. You get immediate help in agent services. It's kind of like the metaverse. And EXP is owner of Verbella, which is part of the EXPI stock that you are given. During COVID, Zoom rooms got overloaded, and EXP is always on the forefront of technology, and they were here in developing Verbella. So the next thing down here is EXPI stock. There are multiple ways for you to earn stock. I'll go over that in a little bit more detail later. But basically, when you have your first closing each year, you're granted stock. When you cap, which is a $16,000 cap, which is very good. And in most areas of the country, that's very doable and quickly achievable. You would get more stock when you reach that level that you cap. You can also optional to contribute 5% of your commission income towards purchasing EXP stock at a generous discount of 10%, kind of like a 401k or retirement plan, getting that 5% at a discount. That's another way to gain stock. Also, when you make what we call icon status is another way, which basically if you achieve a certain level of production after you cap, then you make icon status and get additional stock. Plus you get your original $16,000 back of your cap in the form of stock. Also, when you introduce people to EXP, you are awarded stock then as well. All right, revenue share. Revenue share, if you just introduce someone to the company, you will get revenue. And Glenn Sanford has set up the company that you get 50% of the revenue of the company goes back to the agents in the form of revenue share. And that's not profit, it is overall revenue of the company, 50%. All right. And then we've got the iBuyer program, which is very interesting. If you, let me explain that briefly. iBuyer program, there's a couple of different aspects of that. If you get iBuyer certified, then Redfin and Zillow post-COVID got rid of their iBuyer programs, but EXP has been the only one that has maintained their iBuyer program. So if you get certified in that, you would still, let's say that you go on an appointment for a listing appointment and you recognize pretty quickly that the house is not in good shape. And the seller might say to you, well, I just want a quick sale. I don't want to do anything to the house. I just want to price it to sell and I want a quick sale. Well, you could offer them your iBuyer program that guarantees them that within 72 hours, they will get an offer, at least one offer for a quick sale closing within 30 days. You still get the 3% commission or whatever is standard in your area. No questions asked. So that's a quick way, the iBuyer program. Also, you can introduce institutional investors to the company, to EXP. So for example, if you know some truly investment-oriented clients that are investors that at a high, more of a high level, if you fill out an application and introduce that investor company to EXP, and if they get approved, then you get an $800 referral fee every time they make a transaction on their deals just for being a referring partner to that company. So that speaks to integrity that EXP has maintained that as well. All right, so here's just a few testimonials. I won't read them all to you, but EXP is agent obsessed. All of these people have been very pleased with the company, and we have a mentorship program, and there's a sisterhood of support that everyone enjoys. There have been a lot of celebrity realtors and big teams that have come over to EXP in record numbers lately, large teams, as well as people like Tarek El Moussa. From a lot of the HGTV realtors and stars have come to EXP because they realize the opportunity. They can expand and grow their teams nationwide. And there is a reason that they're all coming over. Grant Cardone has a relationship with EXP. His wife, Elena, has come over as a realtor. We have training sponsored by Tony Robbins. And now the author of 7 Levels, Michael Mayer, has recently come over to EXP as well. So there's lots of testimonials out there. Again, I went over this briefly, but the 6 ways to acquire EXP stock in the equity program, 5 income streams. So the stock I mentioned to you earlier, lost my train of thought here. Yes. So again, the stock, I went over the most of the ways: when you make your first closing, when you cap, when you make that icon status, which you get your $16,000 cap back in the form of stock. Also, you can contribute 5% of your commissions. If you introduce someone to EXP, you name them as your sponsor. You are their sponsor. You also are awarded stock at that time. And then, of course, the 5th way would be to add it. 6th way is to buy stock on your own, obviously through any brokerage. You could do that as well. Your personal branding is welcomed. Let me back up on the 5 income streams. Now, this is above the stock. Different ways of earning income. Of course, your number one way is selling real estate, and EXP is concentrated on selling real estate. That's why we're the largest company as far as a number of transactions by size. We are in the business of selling real estate. So that is your first and foremost, for most agents at least, to be your first income stream. Verbella, as I mentioned, which is the online Verbella office platform, virtual office. You can also, if you say you know a company with at least 5 employees that wants to use an online office platform, and so many people with the COVID era have wanted to change their meetings to online. If you just make a referral to a company of 5 or more employees to use the Verbella platform, you get a referral fee for that. The iBuyer program I explained to you a little bit earlier is also a 3rd way to have an income stream. And then 4th is that you get EXP stock given to you for free, as I mentioned to you. So that is an income stream. And then also stock at a 10% discount. And then lastly would be the revenue stream. So we call it revenue share, but that is basically if you introduce other agents to EXP. It doesn't have to be your primary focus, but if you just introduce them and they are a producing agent, you can make significant income. And then if the people you introduce, then introduce other people, then they stay in your downline 7 levels deep, and it is very lucrative. It's not $100 here or a gift card. It is very high percentages of income that you get by introducing other agents. Your personal branding is welcome. So again, the EXP wants the business to be yours. You are the entrepreneur. You can brand your own logo, your own name, however you want to set it up. Of course, there are certain guidelines for advertising where you may have to put brokered by EXP Realty, but the emphasis is on branding it on your own name or website, and that is very welcome. Revenue sharing, again, is not profit sharing. Revenue sharing is 50% of the revenue of the company is given back to the agents, as I mentioned. Other areas where the company is agent focused is on technology. We're very technology driven. We've been written up by Inman and a lot of other companies to be on the forefront of technologies and what we provide the agents. So you're given a smart CRM. We use KV Core, which is really a rocket ship of a CRM, and it's integrated and connected to all of the current technologies today to speak to each other and to create landing pages. It's for lead generation. So it's very well connected to everything you would need to help manage your business and generate income for you. You're given a website that, again, can be branded in your own name, but that is connected through your CRM. Training, we have training. We've got over 90 hours a week of online training. We've got some of it could be local, some of it would be online, about 60 of it is in the EXP world. Then we have teams and other agents that have a spirit of collaboration that are more than willing to help you get to that next level. So again, why agents are switching to EXP? The branding and marketing is one very key point. As I said, you can brand and market yourself. Training and coaching, EXP owns Success Corporation, so that is also part of the EXPI stock that you would get. And Success is the Success Business Magazine. We have coaching through Success Coaching, and we've got also the platform of Workplace through Facebook. So if you're not familiar with that, we were on the forefront of being the tester beta of Workplace, and now it's in full operation. And it's similar to Facebook, but just for corporations. So that's a great way to get quick broker response and collaborate, get referrals, talk to agents all over the country, all over the world. And so another platform that's provided to you. And you have an exit strategy with EXP. If you were to leave your current brokerage, say after being there for 20 years, you wanted to retire or sell your business, you're really only worth what your last commission was there, your last deal, and that's it. Whereas with EXP, we have the 5 revenue streams. You're building equity in the company. You're a stockholder, and owner of the company, and you've got revenue share. If you've introduced anyone to the company, that can build very, very quickly. And I can show you in more detail how that can build to really supplement your exit strategy and help you in your retirement in the future. So EXP is really committed to your success. We all want to see you succeed. So this is the brokerage model that cares and gives you opportunities to succeed. Cost, there's very minimal ongoing cost to join. There is $85 a month is the only ongoing fee, which is a technology fee. And that includes everything that I mentioned previously, your CRM, you get KV Core, which outside of EXP would be, well, they say, depending on which program you get, but hundreds up to $1,000 a month to buy that on your own. It's all included in that monthly technology fee. You also have the other tools that I mentioned. You have online training, the classes, Verbella in the cloud, and all of that is included in your $85 a month technology fee. You do have a $25 broker review fee after you have a contract and make a sale. And you also, per transaction, have a $40 fee for your errors and omissions insurance that comes off of your transaction at closing, but that's capped at $500 a year to cover you for E&O. So there's no desk fees, no royalty fees, no franchise fees, ever, nothing else. Just those minimal fees that I mentioned. The $85 is the only ongoing monthly fee. The others are per transaction. All right. And then you have the commissions and the cap. So everyone is coming in at an 80-20 split. So you would get 80% of the commissions, and then that is capped with a $16,000 cap. So in most markets, that is very easy to obtain. Then you're at 100% commission for the remainder of your anniversary year. So I capped this past year, for example, in the first 6 weeks of my fiscal year. So after 6 weeks, then I was earning 100% commission on all of my sales and transactions. If after you do cap, you are at 100%, but you do have a transaction fee for broker review and paperwork of $250 transaction fee. The $149 is a one-time startup fee when you first join the company, and that includes your first month of the $85 technology fee. All right, so at this point in time, after hearing all of this great news that I've shared with you, you're probably very excited, so excited you haven't felt this way in a while. So a lot of emotions are overwhelming, and you're probably thinking about what to do next. So this is normal. This is normal. I've inundated you with a lot of information. There is a lot to think about, but I excitedly and unapologetically want to share this model with you, and I really am interested in helping you grow your business. Okay. I'm happy to answer any questions for you. You can connect with me or the person that sent you here, that introduced you to me. I'm happy to answer anything that you might like to know. You can see my link here to schedule a 15-minute meeting with me or a Zoom call. I'm happy to discuss next steps with you. I'll put a link in the bottom of this email to my calendar so we can go over more details at your leisure, or feel free to call or text me anytime at 540-882-4119. And again, it's still a ground floor opportunity to get into EXP. We have seen explosive growth, and I was agent 2,200 in the company, roughly 2,250, something like that. But now we are approaching 90,000 agents worldwide. So we still have much more room. There are millions of agents out there that we expect to help you grow and get in on this opportunity. So Dawn Lambert with EXP Realty, I'm happy to help you and share the love of EXP. Have a great day.